It all began on October 7th, 2015. During a prayer retreat in Newport Beach, Dr. Mark Williams felt led to explore a new ministry. Just 2 months later, at another prayer retreat, God gave him clarity of purpose and a vision, as well as a name, Discipleship Journeys with Jesus. The vision was bold: to develop a 52-week lesson plan designed to take people on a life-transforming journey of discipleship, walking step by step with Jesus through New Testament scripture. By June 8th, 2016, DJJ was officially incorporated. That fall, we began our first draft of our very first lesson, and the following January, our first study group launched to test these newly developed lessons. The DJJ board, in the beginning, made a really bold decision to offer all DJJ materials for free. Free resources, because discipleship should never be limited by finances. The board also unanimously decided to take on a God-sized vision to take 100 million people on discipleship journeys with Jesus. Material development has been extensive, and the biggest development was deciding to double the materials by creating an additional 52 lessons on the Old Testament scriptures. Dr. Mark embarked on 4 separate video trips to the Bible lands between 2017 and 2022. During those trips, he filmed 258 videos for both the New and Old Testament lessons. Because we believe that no one should have to learn a new language in order to be discipled, DJJ materials are actively being translated into additional languages. This includes those lesson videos. So far, we have published 21 languages in the New Testament lessons. Yeah. And we've published 1/4 in English of the Old Testament lessons. That means that these lessons are downloadable online worldwide. We've also released a couple of resources, one's for pastors, for sermon development, and the other is an evangelism tool called God's Invitation, which helps guide those who have not yet made a decision about Christ to understand the New Testament journey one on salvation. That way that this lesson can be used to spread the gospel to non-believers. I want to take a moment to highlight a few things that have a few exciting ways God has used DJJ around the world. In 2017, Dr. Mark led 2 partnership workshops in Brazil, introducing the DJJ model to an entirely new culture. That same year, we partnered with a missionary in India, which has led to a mass printing project that we started this year. By 2018, DJJ held its first full partnership training in Malawi. Over 100 leaders were trained, and with the help of our friends Carlos Sales with Reaching the Hungry, they began planting house churches. In 2019, one of our partners, Carlos, again, returned to Malawi with 125 printed copies of DJJ material. With those resources, he discipled more than 3,000 people. Yeah. Pretty amazing. As we all know, 2020 brought the world online, and DJJ rose to the challenge. We brought our first global Zoom training, and in just the first week, we had people from 23 countries attending. We also began partnership calls connecting with teams from Brazil, Kenya, Liberia, and Uganda. Today, that number is a lot bigger. In 2021, after DJJ training in Kenya, a rally was held where 400 teenagers gave their lives to Christ. After this rally, 100 of them began using DJJ materials to learn more. In 2022, the momentum kept growing. We held a major training in Mexicali with 170 participants. The hosting pastor, Manuel Carrillo, is here tonight. Last year, we rebranded our partnership team to become the mobilization team with Dr. Jim Carpenter, who's also here tonight. He's been expertly growing and deepening our connections with spiritual leaders around the world. We're always looking for ways to grow in ourselves and with other Christian organizations. That's why in 2018, we joined the Barnabas Group's San Diego chapter. And last year, Dr. Mark spoke at National Summit. We hosted our first discipleship orientation party and began planning a joint Africa event in August this year with DCPI, some of whom are also here tonight. To date, we have been downloaded in no less than 126 countries and counting. So what does this all mean? It means the gospel is going forward. It means disciples are being made across continents, cultures, and languages. It means people like you, your prayers, your giving, your encouragement are making an internal impact. I invite you to continue this journey with us. We've come a long way, but with your support, we can reach even further. Imagine the next 10 years. Imagine 100 million people truly walking with Jesus. Let's keep going. Let's keep giving. Most of all, let's keep making disciples everywhere. Thank you and God bless.